Hi everyone, Peter Lisiagi here, and I'm with Pam Dorr, and you are the one that seems to be running everything here. Okay, we hear all the noise in the background. We've been working a couple of days and doing a lot of work, going from crawl spaces to the roof to inside and building walls. But you started doing this how long have you been doing this?
I've been here doing this for about 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Now, what was the start for you on this? Why did it brought you into this direction?
I think I started doing housing work because, number one, I think it was because there was a huge need for it, and I think the second thing was there was someone in my community back home in California who was homeless, and he really struggled to find food and housing, and there's also been somebody in my family with mental illness who's been, she's been really tough. She's had a hard time finding good housing, and I think that's kind of what led me into it, and I think I stay in it because I really like it.
Right, yeah.
And I love seeing good people make a difference.
Well, I know school here, we're doing school, also building homes for people.
Yeah.
And we have programs that teach leadership, work with youth.
Yeah.
Teach them leadership, hospitality, how to interact with people socially, which I think is one of the things that's really lacking for our youth and our young adults, is having the ability to socialize in a very positive, productive way. So you have a program there that's, to me, is phenomenal. And it's here in Greensboro, Alabama, doing this incredible work here in Greensboro, Alabama. Now, how did you get the idea to incorporate all this? Just by need, or you saw that there was this need for this?
There's a huge need for resources for high school dropouts here in the county, and I think when we first started to think about what help might be out there, we found a federal program, it's nationwide, called Youth Build, that helps at-risk youth earn their GEDs, learn some job training and some leadership skills, and we knew that was the right thing for us. It's unusual to have a special program like that in a rural area, so we feel really fortunate to have it, and it's in our 4th year, and we're helping 50 kids a year.
You're doing a lot of things that almost stretching you as far as your abilities. But everyone has gifts, okay, and you seem to be the kind of person that understand what your gifts are, what your limits are, and even though you're acutely aware of those limits at times, but what's your gifts? When you come to the table, what did you know you were bringing to the table?
I think the one thing that I knew I could bring was the ability to multitask and do a bunch of projects at one time. And then what I learned was that the limited skill set I had out there in the world would actually be something that could help other people, and being able to touch somebody else's life felt really good.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I sense from you, you are very much a person. People person, and you really bring people together. Things happen, you come in and then you create this energy, and I feel that and sense that from you, and I see the enthusiasm from the people that are working, and there's no boundaries at all. Age, there's no boundaries, or the people that you work with, and race, there's no boundaries there. Economic, there's no boundaries there at all. And how does that, at the end of the day, when you're exhausted, usually, what's the last thing you think of?
Before I go to sleep.
Before your eyes close and you pass out.
I think most of the time I feel grateful that the people that we work with touch my life in a very special way. I feel really fortunate.
I've been talking to the kids about wisdom and the youth about wisdom, and it's been crossing over to all my interviews and people that I've spoken to. And I think it's a great question to ask everyone. And, you're definitely not that old, so I don't want you to put you in the wisdom of the elders, but you have wisdom that you've lived, had experiences. What would be your definition of wisdom? How would you finish the statement? Wisdom is?
I think wisdom is recognizing what your true gifts are and being willing to actually stand up and do them.
Right, having the courage.
Yeah, and having the courage to really to start living your life.
Wow,
yeah.
That's powerful.
That's good.
I love it, and I'm glad I was able to steal her away from her time. Very busy lady. So we're doing this great work here, and I'm proud to be part of it, and know that you guys are part of this. Thank you, everyone, for contributing.
Absolutely.
We got even emails today. People are still contributing to it, so thank you. Please continue the contributions, and the work is going to be ongoing. It's never going to come to a point where it stops. Take care.